Namaste, welcome to Sampur Nari Talks. I, Poonam Upadhyay, welcome you all. And today we have again a lady who has broken all the barriers and she started very young. Usually, what happens when we are young? We are entangled in our old emotions, we have our own problems, and we are only bothered about our own self. But today, in this platform, we are really blessed that we have someone like Dr. Mitsu Chawda with us, who is young, dynamic, and she has many feathers in her cap. And we welcome her. Welcome, Mitsu, to Sampurnari Talks. We are very grateful you accepted our invitation.
Pleasure is all mine, Poonam.
Thank you so much. So, let me tell you about her first, and then she is ready to interact with us. So you will be amazed to know her diverse profile, where she is a lawyer, she is a biker, traveler, motivational speaker, career counselor, sexual wellness whisperer. She has done like his doctorate in humanities. She also works in social like many social service causes now. I think recently she was working in COVID center in some isolation department, and recently she has been awarded with Global Growth Accelerator Award 2021. So congratulations for that. And she also works with women and and youth. She is quite active where she interacts with them, and she is into spreading awareness about anti-depression and anxiety, prevention of suicide and drugs. And this is not the thing, but she is also only Gujarati to summit Siachen Glacier, only person. She is only woman who was allowed to ride bike inside the president estate premises. She was mentioned by Honorable President of India, Mahamahim Shri Ramnath Kovind, in his speech at 100 Women Achievers Award 2018. She was invited at UN as a speaker in World Emerging Leaders Summit. So many things to speak about. So, welcome, and I am sure that this session will be very exciting and very amazing because when we think about women, we think only that she can do some part of roles or she can play only some things, not all. But individual like Mitsu is breaking all that stereotypes, and we are very glad that she is in front of you talking about her own story. So, anything you want to add in this, Mitsu?
I think your name of your show, Sampurna Nari, itself says everything. It's just not in me, it's about everyone. Everyone is Sampurna. It's just about, taking one step.
So true, so true. So yeah, so we want to know more about you, about your journey, because starting young, like is very unique thing, and it's required nowadays, where the youth, everyone knows their own responsibilities, and is actually responsible for their own self, for the society, and for the other generations. So let's start with your childhood. So I want to know, how was your childhood, like doing so many things. So any connection with childhood, any memories where you have which connect to you to what you are there doing today?
Well, to be really honest, I was always supported by my parents. But as I come from SC community, I think that my school had some problems with it. And I was always their center of attraction, you know. आपके बच्चे के सिर में तेल ज्यादा है. These were the stupid complaints that my mom used to get. And you know, like we have PT dresses, so PT dresses are white in color. And you know, we are kids, like what do you know in third and fourth standard? तो ऐसे PT करते या खेलते हुए if dress got spoiled, then again mom is called that you are not you know, sending your child with this you know, clean clothes. And you know, somewhere somehow amongst all the complaints, amidst all the complaints and all the taunts, sarcasm, and I came out to be a really strong woman, is what I feel. Like there was a time when I was a newly like, what do you say, I have just passed my 12th, and I was in my college, and I was like, oh my god, shit, my childhood was so depressing. When I hear stories from, you know, different people from their school days, and you know, people have come with their school friends and they are like, ये मेरी bestie है, हम लोग school से साथ में. And I'm like, okay. And I never had that luxury. I never liked that because of all those complaints. But somehow when today at this age, when I see back, and I'm like, god, that made me strong, that made me a fighter, and that made me something that I am now. So I've got lots of memories, but this is something I always reflect upon, because we all being females, and you know, everyone coming from different field, some are mothers, some are teacher, and I just don't want any other child, be it a boy or a girl, to go through what I have gone through. So this was what I wanted to start with. I always start on a negative note, and then I always proceed towards positive thinking. And the positive thing is, I am the only child of my parents. And generally, it is said that when you are the only child of like anyone, then there are lots of restrictions on you and everything. And that is true. I won't say it isn't true. That is true. Our parents are totally overprotective. They have restrictions, but the support that you get from them is like wonderful. For me, I my mom, my dad still calls me हमारी बेटी नहीं, हमारा बेटा है. And you know, that is something that has always made me uphold my family, what do you say, culture, my family's respect and all. And whatever I achieve, wherever I go, I always have that thing in the back of my mind. So, like, as you have named this whole show Sampurna Nari show, each and every Nari Sampurna, they just have different experiences, and it is just about taking a step forward.
Wow, so true. And one thing is like we all have some good memories, some bad memories. So sometimes it takes over us, and it in future it actually spoils us, or it breaks our personality. But you know, for all of them who are there, this is a wonderful lesson to take. Where if you have something, keep it as a stepping stone, so that in future you
Right.
are not regretting it ki you your lifestyle or your past was bad. Now when
Like,
you grow
we
up.
have this forwards in social media. कि only you have right to hurt yourself, even if he has hurt you. Like, ऐसे काफी है, and I strongly believe in that, कि without our permission no one can hurt us. Like, and like, we being females, like, if we can give birth to the whole new life form, it's like, seriously, dude, we are something I can't even you know, tell in words.
So true, so true. It's really interesting to know about your childhood, and you did, like, you are into various streams, doing many things. So, what was like? How did you develop this passion, and how do you manage doing all that things, and what you are doing?
So I'll tell you, I when after my college I started doing engineering, and just a week before my final year exams, my final semester exams, I realized I don't want to do engineering. That is not for me, and I dropped out. Like a week before final year examinations is something really big. And I was an NIT student. My admission was in NIT Surat itself, and that was a big thing. And what happened that I was like an unguided missile. I had no idea what to do with my life. And when this thing happened, I always turned towards my mom, and my mom is a lawyer. My dad is a government employee. So, and they were always very free. You do whatever you like. Anyways, you are not gonna
Oh.
listen to us. They were like that. But I always listened to them. That's whole another story. But then I wanted to do something for the society because my mom had made a point that whatever the special occasions or festivals are there, we used to go to a nearby orphanage or places where people who are deprived of basic necessities are found, and we used to spend our special days with them. And somehow
Oh.
that had imbibed some social service sense in me, and also want to do something for this. And in meanwhile, I some of my friends were like army officers, and coming from Gujarat, I had no idea about what army is, what are the ranks. What all I knew about army was from the films like LOC, Lakshya, or Border. And I was like, wow. And then the more I knew about it, the more I was in awe of that. And then I was like, I just want to start telling people the reality of what the wars were. And at least we owe it to our soldiers that people should know about our soldiers, their sacrifice, our martyrs, their families and all. And that's how I started speaking about Kargil war, like with the help of my friends who are in the army. I started spreading awareness about all the war, and doing something like this in Gujarat is a really big task. Like, you coming from somewhere from North India, you wouldn't feel that this is a big task. But trust me, if you come to Gujarat, people are business minded, people are into business, and they have everything running around business, and they are like, हाँ फौज है वो अपना काम कर रही है, and they are not aware about anything. So, and उस वक्त एक चीज ये भी हुई थी, there was a fashion show that was going on. And जो Miss Gujarat थी, she was asked a question that can you name some of the PVC awardees, or so she had no idea what is PVC. Like, she was like polyvinyl chloride. She never knew it was Paramveer Chakra. Then still, judges gave her a second chance. And she was asked a question that can you name some of the gallantry awards? And she had no idea. She couldn't even say Bharat Ratna. And I was very much into current affairs, and I was like, now this is like heights. If we are so, like, if we being Gujaratis are like, we say Ambani is a Gujarati, then at that time Narendra Modi was just a new PM, and we are like, Narendra Modi is Gujarati, and Gujaratis are so ahead. Why aren't we ahead in this field? And that, like, it triggered me, and then I started, like, I was very aggressive in my campaigns about know your forces, choose your idol, tell people about this, inviting all the speakers from this. And that is how I also turned myself into motivational speaker. So there was no formal
Wow.
training or something. And then what happened, that because I had developed so many friends and forces and all, uh, two of my friends, like, they got paralyzed. So I'll tell story of one of my friend. He was fighting against the terrorists in Kashmir, and he was shot by a terrorist. So the bullet, it just smeared across from the waist, and so he got paralyzed. And I used to feel sorry about him. I was like, "अरे, अरे, अरे." I used to tell my mom, "Mummy, હવે આ શું કરશે? मतलब, what will he do now? His life is ruined. He is just 22."
Yeah.
And my mom was also like, she used to support me, but what can she say? Then one day I got a call from him, and he's like, "अरे, तूने मेरे को call नहीं किया. I am, representing myself in nationals for shooting." And then I was like, okay, now I have nothing to say. Then I went to meet him, and he's like, ye dekhiye mera ye medal, ye mera ye medal. And then at that point of time, I realized that we who have everything, we are so deprived of self satisfaction, or whatever you say, that we cry and crib over small things. Paper mein padho, and it is like I still remember that girlfriend, the headlines said in the paper कि गर्लफ्रेंड ने छोड़ दिया इसलिए इंदौर के युवक ने ली अपनी जान. देन उसके जस्ट डायगनली नीचे एक न्यूज लिखी थी और वो था कि पापा ने मोबाइल लेने से किया मना और लड़के ने छत से कूद कर दे दी अपनी जान. आई एम लाइक सीरियसली डूड, see it, the soldiers like 19 years of age, 20 years of age, they are getting paralyzed, waist down or like गर्दन के नीचे. एंड इसके बाद भी they are like हम आगे पढ़ेंगे, हम ये करेंगे, हम यहाँ जाएंगे, हम पैरालिम. और हमारे पास जिसके पास सब कुछ है, पापा ने सिर्फ मतलब 50,000 का ना बोल के सिर्फ 20,000 का लेके दिया, इसके लिए आप सुसाइड कर रहे हो, तो यहाँ से कुछ सीखना चाहिए. वहां से मेरा एंटी डिप्रेशन, एंटी एंजाइटी, प्रिवेंशन ऑफ सुसाइड ये स्टार्ट हुआ. So I started reading about this. I started talking with my friends, who are wheelchair bound and all, and they are the ones who actually supported me. And I am an avid reader, so I keep on reading. And that's how, like, once I was just debating about this thing, I had no idea that I had got this, speaking regarding prevention of suicide and all. But I was debating with someone on a media channel, and that is how I realized I could be a good speaker for that. And some of the like on the same panel we had some principals and teachers from different state in India, and they invited me over to speak on this particular topic. So all my what do you say, topics got intertwined. Forces से paraplegic soldier से anti depression, anxiety, ये सब कुछ इतना अच्छे से connect हो गया कि मैं इनके एग्जाम्पल को लेके किसी और टॉपिक के बारे में भी बोल सकती हूँ. एंड then finally I wanted to do something regarding spreading awareness about this paraplegic soldiers, because then I got lots of stories, from Captain Naveen Gulia to General Razdan, that how they have survived, like even when doctors had given up that this person cannot be moved even to wheelchair from stretcher, that person is flying the aircrafts, that person is creating Limca Book of Records for driving, being paralyzed. And then other person, when we talk about General Razdan, he had an opportunity to save his life, but he saved life of numerous girls from Kashmir. So I thought that people needs to hear this story. And so I took up a bike ride across India, and uske piche bhi ek story hai. I didn't know how to ride it. I had no idea how to ride a bike. I used to ride in the city, isliye I did have license and all, but I had no experience, like zero experience on the highway. And I was supposed to do this with a guy. He was a good friend of mine. He told me that we can do this together, but uske liye ek काम मतलब हमने सब कुछ प्लान कर दिया. We said that we'll not take any sponsorship, जो भी होगा हम हमारे पॉकेट से डालेंगे. He agreed to it, everything. 26 November I had to leave for that particular ride. 24th November ko he's telling me, if you want me to come along with you, so now you'll have to pay me 3 lakh rupees. And I'm like, yes, I would actually pay you with 3 kicks. Now get lost. And then I was like, मेरे guest आ चुके थे, मेरी तैयारी हो रखी थी, अब मैं क्या करूं? So then I spoke to my dad, and 25th को शाम को OLX से एक 100 किलोमीटर चली हुई मुझे बाइक मिली. एंड लकीली, और यू कॉल इट डेस्टिनी, वो बाइक जो बेचने चला था, जो मुझे OLX से मिला, वो बंदा मेरे घर से 2 किलोमीटर दूर रह रहा था. उसके पास से बाइक ले ली, उसका सब कुछ ठीक था. फिर रात को हमने सर्विस करवा ली. पापा ने सुबह 4 बजे उठा के बोला, चलो अभी सीखो बाइक, थोड़ी बहुत तो आनी चाहिए, रास्ते पे निकलना है. एंड 10 o'clock I was on the road. And Surat to Mumbai is hardly like 5 hours. I took 11 hours to reach. But because it was 26/11, I went to Gateway of India, and पुलिस को जब मैंने बताया कि मैं soldiers के लिए कर रही हूँ, they were so good that they gave me a standing ovation. They opened the Gateway of India for me at the night. And वहाँ पर 26/11 को program होता है, so they let me go there and all. So that everything started on a positive note. And I think if we want to do something, the universe conspires, and we will do it at the end of the day.
Absolutely, and your story is so inspiring. it is said that we create our own reality, and I think you created yours. Because like as you told about the bike thing and everything, people might say it is like sometimes this things happen, or how so quickly we can get, but I think it was all destiny. And you were so uh, with your talks also, I can make like we can see that how concerned you are about the soldiers, how they are staying, and how we being blessed, we are not counting our blessings, we are more bothered about what we don't have. So I think that mindset.
So why I also choose paraplegic soldier, there is a whole reason about it. When we talk about soldiers, we either think of serving soldiers or we think of martyrs. Like, no offense to both of them, but then
Yeah.
there are news that we hear about that this many people got injured. We don't
Hmm.
know what their injury is. Like a person whose leg was on ID bomb or something like that, they have lost their limbs. People who have lost a lot of things and we are never aware of it. And if you see the pension scheme of a country and all, so disability pension is lesser than the normal pension. So अगर हम मतलब थोड़ा common sense लगाए, तो एक martyr है, so that person has been removed from the family and the pension still goes to the family. Then there are different schemes that central government gives some things to the family, state governments also gives, and now even NGOs have come up. But when we talk about paraplegic soldiers, so they are still there and वो अभी काम नहीं कर सकते, पर घर में उनका खाने वाला एक बढ़ गया है. Now if you and me are sisters and if this thing happens to me, then you will have to leave your job to take care of me whole time. So my earnings that will go into the half, your earnings will go into the zero. While because I am bed bound, you have to take care of me. I will eat the same, I will use the things the same, but ऊपर से मेरे मेडिसिन का, मेरे फिजियोथेरेपी का सारा खर्चा बढ़ जाता है. And and then people are ambitious, do not give up, so for their training coaching वहां पर भी खर्चा लग जाता है. तो I don't think it's wrong कि लोगों को इनके बारे में पता लगे. Maybe somewhere somehow some people can help some of them.
Very true, very true. पता होना ही चाहिए. Like, and I'm really glad that people like you are coming forward and actually spreading this. Otherwise हम इतने बिजी रहते हैं अपने आप में ही, अपनी प्रॉब्लम सुलझाने में, कि हम कभी ध्यान ही नहीं दे पाते. So I think this is a very big lesson. Like, just it's not about ourselves, it's not about only as an individual मुझे अपना ही ध्यान देना है. We have to take care of this society. So आज मैं दूंगी तो कल शायद कोई और भी इस चीज को समझेगा और देगा, और your perspective will automatically change. So means you're doing really great, like we're really
Thank you
glad.
so much.
So who all inspired you, like, I don't know, मतलब when I was also young, I was not into all this thing. I afterwards, yes, when I started reading, when I started understanding, I had that thing. But I always wish that I would have known this from my teenage time or all that. So I would have done more things, more towards the society, more towards my own self. Because if we understand such thing, we grow, and we are seeing the live example here. So all the women who are watching, all the individuals, if you are in the way of giving things, automatically you will be blessed and you will get what is desired for you. So don't leave, and don't leave the society where you are staying, your home country, anywhere. Be in contact, do something for it. So how who how what were your struggle and challenges in this? Because though it seems like you have achieved a lot, but I'm sure that you might also have faced lots of struggle and challenges in this journey. So what were they?
So you asked me two questions: who were my inspiration and all, and what were my struggles. So I'll start with the inspiration because that's a short one. So
Okay.
my parents have always been my inspiration. My mom, basically, I never came from a rich family. I came from a very middle class family, and then I have seen my parents work their way through what we are today. To today, we might be from upper middle class, but then we used to come from a lower middle class at a point of time. And just in a decade and all, I have seen my parents working hard to be there. And my mom had one dialogue for me. I always want कि मेरी बेटी ना ब्रेड बटर खाए और वो भी like my mom, like I'll tell about my mom also because she's my inspiration. She was an air hostess. She was in Mumbai. She was an air hostess with Air India. But she got married to my dad. My dad is a government employee, and so she had to come to Surat. And उस वक्त सूरत में कोई airport नहीं था, so she had to leave everything and come. And then when I was very young, I was just newly born. She used to go to college. She used to pursue her law, and that's how her journey has started. And then from one case to other, and she has struggled. And today I am 28, and I've seen at least what I remember. I can always say 18 years of her struggle. My parents ka struggle. And I've seen that, because they always said ki, my mom always, she still tell me कि जब तो छोटी थी ना, तो used to ask for that chakri. That chakri is there, we put it in the hand, and because of the wind it rotates. So वो मैंने कभी मांगी थी, and उस वक्त it was like hardly 1 rupee and 2 rupee. But that my parents couldn't buy for me at that time, and my mom felt very bad that my daughter is so small. She's asking for such a small thing, and I'm not. And she's like, my daughter will have the best of the things in the world. And so she has inspired me a lot. And apart from that, for my visions and all my friends, all my family, they all have supported me, and they all have inspired me, because we learn from the stories. We don't learn from things that we see. हम जो देखते हैं ना, वो हम 2 मिनट में भूल भी जाते हैं. But when we hear a story, we remember that, we process that, and we learn from the story. So everyone that I have come across my life has been inspiration. Even if it's my bai, she inspires me, like the way she talks. Even my driver, like, they all inspire me. And all the people, like even the public figures, when we talk about Ratan Tata, Tonita Ambani, they all have, there is something each and everyone can give. Even you inspire me by this Sampurna Nari thing. Like the first day when you told me about this, I'm like, fuck, why did this come to my mind? Sampurna Nari is such a beautiful name, right? So even you inspire me, to motivate women, and inspire them. That itself is inspiring, to do something for the others. So inspiration to bahut hai, and I'm like thankful to each and everyone for that. And about struggles, तो अगर मैं physical and material struggle की बात करूँ ना, तो because I was on road, I was on bike, so there were struggles of washrooms and all. I did say this in my like when I met Home Minister and President also, कि uncle जरा हाईवे पे और ज्यादा बाथरूम हो तो लड़कियों के लिए अच्छा रहे. So washroom problems were there. But apart from there, as much as support that I have got from guys, ऐसे बोलते हैं कि लड़के जेलस नहीं होते, बट ट्रस्ट मी, आप उनके डोमेन में पैर रखो और वो लड़कियों से ज्यादा जेलस होते हैं. एंड दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव फेस्ड, like because biking is their domain, and they are like, ये लड़की कहाँ से आई, इसने हमें बुलाया नहीं. Like I wasn't a rider, and riding community has this thing कि आप अगर कोई भी city में जा रहे हो, for example if you are in Delhi, so I need to give you a call and tell you that I'm so and so rider, and I'm doing this ride, I'm coming to your city. So Poonam, like, would you like to meet? Then you will arrange a meet and greet with all the riders. You will welcome me and all. So we have a very good biking community, and bikers also help. Like हमारा ये इतना fast होता है ना कि अगर मेरी गाड़ी पूरे इंडिया में कहीं पर भी बंद होती है ना, मुझे सिर्फ 2 घंटे वेट करने पड़ेगी. इंटीरियर से इंटीरियर जगह कोई भी नियरेस्ट बाइकर विल कम एंड हेल्प. But then there is rivalry over here, jealousy over here, and everyone is like, ये लड़की पहली बार राइड की, प्रेसिडेंट ने मिला, प्रेसिडेंट ने बोला, होम मिनिस्टर, डिफेंस मिनिस्टर, ऐसा क्यों क्वेश्चंस रेज. लाइक ठीक है यार, करते रहो, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. So struggles are there everywhere. आता नहीं था उसका भी स्ट्रगल था, लड़की थे उसका भी स्ट्रगल था, यंग थे उसका भी स्ट्रगल था. स्ट्रगल्स तो बहुत है, बट लाइक आई हार्डली रिमेम्बर स्ट्रगल्स नाउ. because we have moved on.
So true. Wow. That's all we want. We have to remember, but for a good cause. Means the thought process where you are growing in your life is also a very big lesson where we all need to learn from people like you. When we have to pay respect and learn from each and everything in this universe diverse. They might be your the team with whom you are working, they might be your mates, so everyone helps us, everyone inspires us in some or the other way. So that is one thing more you have in you. So that's great. Oh, and about your, like I know it's a quite different field. So your struggle and challenges were there, but then too you were consistent and you kept going because you had different goals rather than listening to the people who are what they are saying like about you. Even it doesn't matter. It was about you that you want to do. और आपने अपना काम कर दिया. You did your best, and that's what you uh, were bothered about. So that is also very beautiful thing with where we all women as well as all the youth, all the people who follow Mitsu should learn कि अपना काम अच्छे से करो और बात बाकी का छोड़ दो क्योंकि लोग तो बोलने ही वाले हैं आप कितना भी अच्छा कर लो. So, so really, you're sharing such beautiful views that it will really inspire not only women but also the generation who is looking you as their hero. And now I have a last question for you. Like, as a Sampurna Nari, you yourself, what is that one message you want to give out to all the Sampurna Nari out there listening to you, considering you as as them as your hero and want to learn from
There is one thing that I always tell everyone, and that is that the power is in within you. You just need to explore. As I have been saying since the start, it's all about one step. We all women, even like someone like me who doesn't like kids, who are afraid of kids, but we all have a motherly instincts, and those mother instincts are like, that's very protective, that's never defensive, that's always attacking, right? And that is what we have to be about life. Like, we don't literally have to attack someone, but that is what the warrior is made up of. We, apart from knowing our defense strategy, we are also supposed to know that how can we take the path, how can we carve our own path. And there is nothing that you can't do. There is nothing, you just have to try it once. I'll, like, recently, after receiving a blue tick on my Facebook profile, many women approached me and they are like, you have a blue tick thing, so would you do barter with us? Like, we'll send you our products, can you put it up? And I was like very happy to do it. I still do it, and I'm very proud to say I don't charge for it. It is purely a barter deal, and it's especially like for female. A male will come, I will always say, okay, fine, I'll give you some influencers ka name who can do it. But if a woman comes to me, I've never said no. I've never said no. I'm like, fine, whatever it is, you send it to me. I'll give them my thing and I'll put a whole status on it. I'll put it on a story, and I help every woman. So we women have to, like, there are two, three things. First is that power is within us. We just have to take a leap of faith. Second thing is we women should have each other's back. Third thing is, if you will stand for someone, someone will stand for you. If today, like, uh, Poonam is giving me this opportunity, I would always be indebted. Like, she is spreading my story to hundred of women out there. I would be always indebted to her. And whatever happens, whenever she needs me next, or even if she doesn't need me next, and if I think I can help her out somewhere, I would always be there. So, if we stand for someone, someone will stand for us. And I'll end it on a note that united we stand and divided we fall. So we don't have to fall. So let's stand unitedly.
Wow, I think that's what is required nowadays, and yeah, we are looking forward to learn and get motivated by someone like you who is so inspirational, motivational, and who cares for each and every individual, who cares for the society. And it's not about just caring. Who who is doing the best what she can do at her part. Like as I've seen, helping out COVID patients, like isolation ward, spreading the message. It was just because you felt that people should be aware without any of this thing that what will come, what will be the future, how will you take it forward. But then too, you had that strong desire. So whatever you know, or whatever our society or at least the circle should know, you took a stand and you are doing that. And we want more leaders like you who can spread this goodwill. And as you said, united, we don't have to be united, we have to be together, and you know uh, be a torch bearer where we spread the light
True, true,
ahead.
true. And a special thing like for all your viewers, they can also message you if they have their any small scale industry or anything. I'd like do it for absolutely free, like any influencing work, any branding, any promotion, absolutely free and just on the basis of barter. Okay, and this is especially like now because women who are coming from who are earning good, they are also wanting this. But if people who are earning good, that comes also via you, I would be doing it, and it would be really great to collaborate with brands that have come because of you, because I know they all
Thank
would be
you.
people of substance.
Thank you so much. And thank you for your time, your precious time, and thank you for motivating all of us. I'm sure that there is lots of learnings we learn from today's session, and this is applicable for women as well as the youth, as well as all the teenage girls or who are into their 20s 30s looking forward to do something, the how we can lead a wonderful life just by being
And
together.
just because you like mentioned teenagers, I just want to give them a message that it's not that your mom doesn't understand you, but your moms have been there. Your mom, like, no matter what your mom says कि मैं तो बहुत अच्छी थी, once upon a time even she has been a rebel. आई एम नॉट टेलिंग कि उनकी हर बात सुनो, पर अगर उनकी बात को सुन के समझो तो वो काफी अच्छा है. And personally, like many people, like I always get this question, and I'm very glad that you didn't take up this question. And the question is, how did I manage permission from my parents? Then the answer is कि honesty and communication. मैंने अपने लाइफ में, मुझे खुद को एक फियर रहता है कि अगर मैं बाहर गई झूठ बोल के, मेरा एक्सीडेंट हो गया, लाइक इवन इफ आई गो आउट विद माई कॉलेज, एक्सीडेंट हो गया, मेरे घर वालों को राइट टाइम पे पता नहीं चला और मैं मर गई तो. So I myself live in that thingy, that's a psychological thingy. So I've never lied about such things, and so my parents trust me like a lot. And communication, मुझे जाना था, मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मुझे भी मना किया था, but then I explained them. And it's not about my parents. किसी के घर में सास ससुर होते हैं, किसी घर में हस्बैंड होता है. अगर आपका कम्युनिकेशन एक राइट तरीके से हो रहा है ना, तो आपको कोई मना नहीं करेगा और सब सपोर्ट करेंगे. So this thing should also be added to the list, that please be honest with your family and have a good communication.
Absolutely, very much required. Thank you for sharing that. And वो question लाने के लिए, क्योंकि I think वो भी बहुत ज़रूरी है. So communication and honesty are very strong pillars where we have to be honest and you know We have to communicate internally also with our own self, and that should also come out to your friends, to your society, to your parents, because they are the one who love you and वो आपको बढ़ता हुआ ही देखना पसंद करेंगे. तो they will actually, it will help you to boost. So thank you again. So thank you for this wonderful session. I'm so glad for your journey you shared with us. I'm sure many of them will learn and will follow what you said. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me on your platform.
Yeah, it was our pleasure. Purely our pleasure. So we'll just stop our today's